What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steelez. It's another edition of Kicks with Soul, where the slogan is, every shoe is just shoe to you. Put your soul into it. And today, we got, arguably in my opinion, top 5 shoe that to release this year. You know, it's going to be a tough one. I know I said that about a lot of shoes. I haven't said that about a lot of shoes, but this one I stand by. This is one of them ones, if you like, from, I don't know what era you gotta be from. It ain't no rules in this. If you like this shoe, if you know what it meant to some of the sneakerheads, then you one of the ones that probably wanted this shoe. And this shoe dropped the day after Thanksgiving, so it's Black Friday, as well as those black cats, which sold out as well. So what I am talking about is the Nike Foamposite Pro Pearl. Now, first and foremost, Nike, what we doing, man? What we giving these little boxes for, man? I almost would think this a rep, yo. If you ain't get this, like, cause I have three foams. I got the Galaxies and I got the original pennies. This is the exact same box, right? But maybe it's me. Y'all let me know. This foam seem like it's the only one that's really small. Like you barely fit them shoes inside this box right here. But let's keep going on. We got our standard Nike edition box. Shout out to Hibbit. I did hit on Hibbit when it is the Nike tab reads pearl white black, size 12. You know that's just for your boy. I do go true to sizes on foams. I did go up in the pennies and it was pointless. So from now on, I'm gonna go true to size. My foam Galaxies are regular size, and as you see, these are regular size. We got the flip top box. Shouts out this Hibbit once again. You take this out the paper, and it does have a little Nike edition paper. You know, it's not the standard, just regular sale paper. If you look through it, you see some Nike logos and Nike print. And let's take it out because you know this is what we are here for. Yes, man, I'm so hyped about these ones right here. For show, for show, for show. Let's put it on the sole table and let that thing spin. Now, little history lesson. I don't know all about this shoe. I'm not like the oh my gosh, and I didn't do too much fact checking because I like to go off of what I know, and if I don't know anything about the shoe, then I try to get a little bit of facts. I don't want to just read a Google from what I read. But this shoe is created by the one and only, your boy, one of my favorite, Eric Avar. And this shoe, the funny thing about this shoe is not attached to penny. You know what I'm saying? And I did not really pay attention to that growing up. You know what I mean? I didn't say like, oh, there go a pearl, or I didn't say this pearl was a penny. I just naturally, I assume Foamposites with penny. But when you do a little background check, you do understand like this check and there is no branding for the penny. And the main thing that's different is this bottom. So basically the same exact shoe as a Foamposite as you growing up, but the big difference to me that I know off the just top is the branding on the back, which you know, Penny got the Penny logo on the back, and you got Penny logo on that right there, and there's a Nike check right here, and also the bottom. They said that due to that was the reason why this was a takedown because of those reasons right there, but they said also it was because it was cheaper materials. I don't know about that, man. If you asking me, these traction pods with the Nike check and the fact that you got to cut that out for the carbon fiber plate to show on both sides, I would think that's more labor than just the normal translucent one way with the hair and bone traction on the bottom that our Foamposite penny, the Foamposite one got. I don't know. Y'all let me know. That's just what I know. This is also was a takedown model of the Foamposite. So meaning that it was supposed to be cheaper. Back in the day, I think these went for 200, maybe like 189, 190 with tax, for about $200. These might have went like 175, 180. You know what I mean? Somewhere around there. It wasn't cheaper. Don't let them fool you, like, because I was there. I couldn't afford these shoes back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But let's get on to some key facts about this shoe. This shoe was the first shoe to be debuted as the first Foamposite to be debuted in the All-Star game by your one and only, your boy Tim Duncan. If you didn't know, Tim Duncan was with Nike before he went off to Adidas. Or you might not know he went to Adidas because you might know his fire shoes or the shoes that he was associated with being with Nike. You know, you got the Total Foamposite Duncan, you got the you got these, you got the Flightposite sales, he has some other Nike ones that had like some straps in the front. You know, those were nice too. I think they were shocks as well. Maybe they wasn't shocks, but they had like a strap going that way, strap going that way. He had some unique shoes. Like Duncan with Nike, I thought he was pretty good. I don't know what made him go with Adidas after his contract was up, but you know, to each his own. Money will make me do a lot of things too. You know what I'm saying? Money will make me give Saucony a shot. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that was the first time we seen this, and that All-Star game was in. These came out in 97, so it couldn't have been in 99 because I don't think Jordan was in the 99 All-Star. Was he in our 99 All-Star game? Or it might have been that lockout year. So we're going to go with 98. Please fact check me. You know, I'm going off the top, so I do not know everything, y'all. Please don't get on me. I do not know everything. But I want to say it was when it was definitely in New York City. Jordan had to play off 12s. Kobe was there. You know, Garnett was there. That's the one he threw Garnett that nice alley. No, Garnett threw him the nice alley when he stretched out and bang, bing that joint. You know, them boys were young, 18 years old, first All-Star, you know, out there with the big dogs. Yeah, that was the first time I personally seen the silhouette because I had cars. I collect cars. I watch Sports Illustrated. I mean, I subscribe to Sports Illustrated and I watch ESPN all the time. So being that I was watching the All-Star game or keeping up with All-Star games, I remember kind of seeing this. But the first time we seen it as a cultural staple would be the He Got Game. And if you know Jesus Shuttlesworth, he wore these shoes right here. You know, he wore these shoes when he bust Denzel butt. He wore these shoes when he was at the playground, when they were just walking through Coney Island, and they seen them boys up there at the court. Man, them boys pulled up with their Lincoln team, man, and they ran them boys up out of that joint. And this was always like, to me, like I say, if you got it, if I see the picture or a poster, I want it. Due to the fact that Jesus he's not a real character. Well, he could be a real character if you want to attach his storyline and character to Stephon Marbury. It kind of similar, kind of pan out to He Got Game, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, going back to the movie, this shoe right here came out in 97. Now, a lot of people tripping on the color, and I do get it because I've seen 2 retros of this shoe. I didn't know that this shoe dropped so many times, man. This must have been like always one of them joints that they kept on the low because they knew it was going to be crazy. Because I don't remember this release, but you know we have 97. I remember, want to say like the last one, what, 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. But I do remember the one before that, which was like the Foot Locker joint, where they had the clear outsole. And I liked them. I like all this version of the shoe. But those outsoles, that was not it. But that color was kind of on point. But then when you look at the last pearl, it got like more of a pearl colorway. But if you do know pearl is white. You know, you have a dark pearl, a pearlish color, but this is always supposed to be, to me, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not doing all the tech specs and all the super lining up all the OGs because you got them. I'm just going doing a video. Finally let my dogs come in with me right now. Excuse my dogs. But I always thought that pearl was always like this. Maybe a shade more pearl. Max, stop before you get in cage. Must have been like a pearl colorway, but I always thought it was always like a whitish, because if you look at the pictures of He Got Game, and you was always supposed to have this milky colorway. You know what I'm saying? So it's close to OG. Is it the best? Maybe not, but you know what? I don't care, because now I got this. I can talk stuff about the next release that come out if I even pick up the next release. Now, being that this is a He Got Game, y'all do know that He Got Game has some super classic shoes in that movie, man. You know, I wasn't able to make out all the shoes But some of the main scenes that make me pick out some shoes that I can remember as a kid. I haven't seen that movie. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I haven't seen He Got Game in about 15, 16 years, man. I was, I seen it in the movies, and I about seen it one time as an adult or like a teenager. So me saying that what I remember is all just being like a sports head, loving these kind of movies and these games. So I remember this shoe clearly, right? And if you can't say that He Got Game, let's not talk about it. Well, let's not forget. You cannot say that He Got Game, right, without throwing that Jordan 13 with the infamous scene. It's all about scenes. Spike Lee was super dope with incorporating Jordan with our culture, and he put that in his movies. He Got Game. I mean, not He Got Game. Well, of course, He Got Game, but what's that? Do the Right Thing and School Days. All the movies, Spike slid in some Jordans. Don't get it messed up. But with this one, the Jordan scene, one of my favorite scenes for that movie was introducing that Jordan scene when he was like, boom, brand new Jordans. He was like, oh yeah, no doubt. Oh, buddy took it out. He was like, yeah, let me try them on for you. He was like, all right, lift his leg up. My boy had that. You know what I'm saying? I'm home for, you know what I'm saying? I'm making monthly payments. That's what we say up top. I'm making monthly payments, my dude. You know what that means. If you don't, then you just stay out of trouble, man. Please stay out of trouble, because it's not cool. But he looked at him. He ain't say nothing. He was like, oh yeah, I think what he said, he didn't say I just got out of jail. He said he went to college. He said something, and the dude was like, oh yeah. Yeah, my cousin too. My cousin got that too. I just remember his dude was shook. That was that scene, right? So now we got the Pearl scene when we was walking with his dad, Coney Island. He finally said, okay, he broke the ice, said, all right, look, I'll meet you. Where you want me to meet you at? Let's go to Coney Island, because you used to love coming here and getting on the rides. So he's taking a walk with him, asking him where he want to go to school, asking about his daughter. But, at this time, Jesus really ain't got nothing to talk to him about, because, unfortunately, he killed his mother on an accident, and he was really tough on Jesus. So Jesus just used this time to really lash out, not being there, naming him Jesus, all that stuff. But he had these on. So when he stepped on that stool and they was sitting there talking, he had these guys on with the jumper. You know what I'm saying? He also, he had this on with the jumper. Now, we got another one. We're going to throw these bad boys out here, because I only really truly wanted these shoes because of the He Got Game. Yeah, Miller. I ain't follow Miller like that, bro. That man had a jump shot. Miller is like Curry. Like, you gonna have his fans, but I ain't really knew too many Miller, like, oh, I'm rocking with Miller. Miller was a killer, and shout out to Miller, top 75 player, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He don't need a championship. But this shoe right here, let's see. Another famous, infamous scene. Dribbling the basketball. All them guys introducing themselves. This was their team shoe. So in any Lincoln High School clip you seen, they were rocking these. He was busting Jesus, 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 Jesus. All them clips where you seen it full, guarantee, when they were doing the boom, 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 boom. But you really got to see it like on foot, killing it, when he was showing the clips, whenever had like all the NBA people talking about G. Shuttleworth and how nice he is, and they was just going from them to the clips, them for the clips, different games. He had these guys on right here, right there, right? Now we got one more, and this is obviously the best one. This is the best one in the whole movie, including the 13 to me. Don't kill me. Is joint your boy Booger had on, man. Cousin Booger was out of pocket for his uniform that he had on, but he was so New York for having these on at that time. Like, that boy Boog. And if you look in another scene, I wish I had them joints on, those Air Max trainers. Oh man, like the height, there was like the Air Max joints, the gold. He had it with the flower. He had the khaki shorts on with the flower joint, with the flower shirt, with the beads, with the beige and orange. Oh my God, you don't scream 90s better than that. Boog was on one. Also, he was on one in Too Deep too. You got to go back and do your research. That's when I learned about the Sunders and stuff. Boog was on one. He was real on one. So Boog had these on. Boog was out of pocket, yo. Boog, I think, had a button up, 3-button-up t-shirt, cut off, but buttoned all the way up with the collar down, tripping. Some balling shorts, some Fat Daddy white socks, but he had these on his feet, man. He was out there killing them. You know, Boog was their starting point guard. It was Jesus' cousin. You know, him and Boog go back, man. You know what I'm saying? So Boog had these on, and when they went to they probably seen a couple scenes with them on, but when that camera went down to my boy feet, when he took the steel, threw it off the glass to my boy. My boy caught it. Boom. He said, "What? You ain't know? What? You ain't know?" He took it out. Took the newspaper out of his pocket. out of his sock, and pulled it out, and then it went to them boys in Madison Square Garden, winning the championship for Lincoln Academy. So yeah, I don't got the He Got games. I wish I had those. Those are on my list for the spin block or trade, you know, but it's been a while, so I think I'm better off pretty much, you know, probably waiting it out. You know what I'm saying? That's just the beauty of this for me, is that I'm not just buying every shoe. I have a list of shoes that I know I need in my collection. Then I have shoes that I'm paying attention to, I'm liking, and then I'm paying attention to the shoes that's also OGs that's spinning back. With that being said, it's been a crazy year because of that. I'm planning on, like I say, I could slow down on Jordan, and whenever we get them Space Gems, the Concords, Cool Grays, basically my 11 pack, I need some 7s, and it's pretty much chill after that for me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm always fall in love with the game because of these grills and stuff like that. Nike opening the vote. Nike's giving us so much, man. I need Adidas to step up and give us some of them 90s classic, and I need Reebok. They trying, you know what I'm saying? I need them to step up and give me some of those joints too, for real. And I know this is off topic, but can we get some of those weapons, yo? Why y'all let Stranger Things do a collab just to bring the weapons back in form? That was one of the ones. Like, we got Jordan 1s, you got ponies, you got, what else they had back then? Did they have Adidas? They had Adidas, right? Yeah, shell toes. But the fly shoe was the weapons. You know what I'm saying? You got Dr. J blue. You got Boston's green. You got LA's purple. You had no, Iceman. Was Iceman with Converse too? I don't know. Iceman was with Nike, I think. I think Iceman had the Nike, the Air Force Ones and stuff. Yeah, I think so. But that's it, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all like what I'm doing. You know, plenty more shoes coming. Plenty more reviews coming. But the end of the year is slowly coming up. So let me know now. Is y'all done? How many more shoes do y'all got before y'all consider yourself done? Me personally, I think it's 2 more. I want y'all to not hold me to that because I might buy more than 2. But really, it's really 2 more. 3 more. I'm keeping the 3 more. We gonna just say it out here. So if y'all gonna get on me. We got them Gammas. Ooh, might be 4. We gonna stick to 3. We got them Bugs Bunny 8s. And we got those. Oh man, it's gonna be them Pine Greens or the Griffies, man. The funny thing is, just like they gave us these and the Black Cats the same day for me, I have the Black Cat 3s and I want the Black Cat 4s, but they put them both on the same day. So I had to make a decision. And my reasoning was, personally, I was like, look, OG's over everything. Spin back and get the 4. Ain't no spin back and get nothing. That 4 to me is the second best release date this year. Even if I am participating in it, I'm gonna say the metallic 5s first, and I'm gonna say that is second because that was a GR, so everybody was available to get it, and it went. So that means you just had to go outside and get it and try, and you can get it because it was a lot of dubs, but it's still sold out. It's still sold out. So salute to that one. But I brought that up to bring up, I want to say next month, they're giving us another OG, but they're putting up another against a Jordan, but this Jordan is an OG. So what the shoes I'm talking about, y'all, we have the Griffey Freshwaters, and then we got the Jordan Bugs Bunny 8s, man. Listen, I might have to use my birthday. My birthday 3 days after Christmas. Man, I might have to use that wild card, man. Because I gotta go Christmas shopping. I only got one, so it ain't hard to go Christmas shopping, but I still gotta spend that bread. You ain't got time to spend that bread and be thinking about yourself. So I don't know. That's why I said at the end of the day, it's 3. You know what I'm saying? We get paid, so you're gonna have your budget for your shoes, but the way Nike got it is like you want 6. I want 6 or 7 shoes in 1 month. That's ridiculous. I want the Norworks. I want the GT Futures. I want the Westside Gun Sauconys. And these are all joints I'm trying to narrow down. And I still really want those. But, nah, bro, you got to be realistic at some point. You're going to be happy. So mine is I'm going to be happy with my OGs. And then I'm going to spin back on stuff. Well, I ain't going to say OGs. I'm going to focus on what's hard to get. And then try to pray that even if I don't get that, the retail aftermarket ain't like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I might can chill on the pine greens. I don't know. These kind of got out of there. They didn't. I don't know. I don't know, man. I ain't trusting. I told you I'm scared of Jordan people because it's like the hype go. You don't know. Like they tripped over that little Ford, and I ain't gonna say little Ford. They tripped over that black Ford, but y'all gonna let the Bugs Bunny sit. Y'all let the Taxi sit. Y'all let the Chicago 1 sit. But we get a Tokyo 5. Y'all want? I don't know. Let me just stay out of it. I try to stay out of it, but I'm just reading the room because I don't be knowing. So that's how I make my best decisions. This decision, I feel good about it, even though you see you had to choose out of the 2 because both of them weren't gonna be there. Or you could have just spent that whole 5 that day, which I am not doing. You could have did that, but I ain't talking about just spending that kind of money. We talking about if you gotta make a decision, which one did you choose? So I chose that one. It's your boy steelez, man. Like, comment, subscribe if you like what I got going on. I appreciate each and every one of you. Every comment that you get, I talk back. I give my feedback. I like y'all criticism, good, bad. You know, it's only the internet. This is not personal. We don't know each other, and we all just here to have a good time. Y'all have a good one, man. It's your boy steelez. Y'all know the slogan. Every shoe is just a shoe to